welcome to Kaya's Corner. I'm your host, Kaya Bryant, and on today's segment, our first segment of Memory Monday, I will be sharing something with you guys that a lot of people don't know about me. Most tattoos are wonderful works of art to be admired forever as they are permanent, which in turn makes most parents super nervous when their children start coming home with new ones every so often. Today, I'll be remembering all 7 of my tattoos. Yes, I said 7, and no, this will not be an hour long. The plan is to keep it under 15 minutes. My first tattoo may make some of you cringe, but it's still super cute and it proved to be one of my more painful tattoos. This tattoo is located on the bottom of my left wrist in red ink. The tattoo is the letters MMI, which is 2001, my birth year, in Roman numerals. I wanted my first tattoo to be 1, something that would never change, and 2, something that wasn't too big since I wasn't sure how it was going to feel. This tattoo I actually got when I was 17, and I did it entirely legally with a parent signature from my mom. After begging her for a few months, she finally agreed to let me get a tattoo, 3 weeks before my 18th birthday. And no, I couldn't wait another measly 21 days. I had been waiting since I was 14, and that's not even an exaggeration. On a scale from 1 to 5, I would say this tattoo was about a 3.5. Partly because it was my first tattoo, so I was being super extra and had built all this up in my head. I even Googled what does a wrist tattoo feel like. But the tattoo took about 20 minutes, needle down to needle up, and I managed to make a record amount of ugly faces in that time. The tattoo came out great, and I was so obsessed. The second tattoo came about a month later. I had just turned 18, but I didn't get the tattoo on my 18th birthday because I was busy planning for prom, which was 3 days later. But you know what I did do on my birthday? I registered to vote. So make sure you register and go vote. It matters. And that's the extent of me getting political. Anyway, my second tattoo is located under my left collarbone, a decision that was actually made by an Instagram poll. I couldn't decide which side to get it on, so I asked people of Instagram, and they voted left. The tattoo is of 2 butterflies, one small and one bigger butterfly. The smaller one has line work in purple, and the bigger one has line work in pink. This tattoo is meant to symbolize me becoming a legal adult. Since I was about 5, I've always loved butterflies. They're so pretty, and they don't bother anyone or hurt anything. They don't sting, they don't bite, they just look pretty and mind their business, just like me. Butterflies also mature from caterpillars, but since I didn't want a caterpillar on my body, I just went with 2 butterflies. The smaller butterfly represents the young me, and the bigger one, the grown-up me. This tattoo took about 35 minutes needle down to needle up and is a 1.5 on the pain scale. The tattoo didn't hurt. I felt a little sting when the needle was closer to my collarbone, but otherwise I barely felt a thing. My third tattoo isn't long after. This tattoo is located on the inside of my left ankle, and yes, almost all of my tattoos are on the left side of my body. This tattoo is super small, and it's my initials KB in lowercase cursive. Another tattoo that might sound like a cringe, but there's a reason behind this one too. Both my parents and I have the same initials, and my other siblings don't have the same initials as me. It felt like a special thing that I shared with both of my parents, so I designed the tattoo myself and got it on a Thursday afternoon. It took about 10 minutes, needle down to needle up, but this one is about a 4.5 on the pain scale. Although it's my smallest tattoo, it's in a place that's literally all bone. I have really bony ankles and feet, so I could feel the needle from start to finish. Luckily, it was so small I wasn't in pain for long, but I was sore afterwards, and I could still feel the tattoo even after I had left the shop. I got my 4th tattoo in August after my going away party for college. It's a black heart located behind my left ear. It's just an outline of a heart in black, thin line work. I got this tattoo because after my graduation party with all of my family and all of my friends being around, I wanted a tattoo that would always remind me of my family. I didn't want anything big or elaborate, so I went for the simplest symbol of love I could, a heart, and that's what I got. This tattoo took less than 5 minutes, needle down to needle up, and it was a 1 on the pain scale. It didn't hurt at all, and the needle didn't even make contact with my skin long enough for me to flinch. My 5th tattoo is a crown located on the back of my neck. I got this tattoo about a week after the heart. Yeah, I know, my mom thought the same thing some of you guys are thinking right now. But I wanted both and I was too afraid to get them in the same day, so that's why I got the tattoo a week later. I got this tattoo because I had graduated high school and been accepted to college. I had done everything I had to and I felt accomplished and independent. This tattoo was a symbol of how I am the highest power and my success, and that's why it's also located on the highest point on my body, which is really only 4 feet and 9 inches off the ground if we're referring to my neck, and 4 feet and 11 inches if we're referring to the top of my head. This tattoo took about 45 minutes needle up to needle down. The tattoo is all line work, so it took a little bit longer than the others. On the pain scale, I would say it's about a 3. I felt a slight sting, but most of the discomfort came from me sitting with my head down. My 6th tattoo are the words "I love you" in script on my left hip. I got this tattoo from my father, who is still alive and in my life. I got the tattoo because my father gave me a locket a few years before that has the words "I love you" engraved on it. But since I don't wear the locket every day because I wear other necklaces, I wanted something more permanent than just a locket. Hence, my 6th tattoo. The tattoo took about 15 minutes, needle down to needle up, and this one is also a 1 on the pain scale. I have a decent amount of meat on my hip, so I didn't really feel this one. Alright, so we have made it to my final tattoo, which also happens to be the largest and the only one in full color. My 7th tattoo is a pair of butterfly wings on the upper half of my back. The wings are orange, red, yellow, and white. I got this tattoo because, like I said earlier, I've always loved butterflies and I wanted a larger piece on my back. When I started looking for inspo, the piece really stood out to me, so I worked with my tattoo artist to create the perfect tattoo using the photo we found on Pinterest for inspiration. 5 months later, I was ready. I took the time to mentally, emotionally, and financially prepare for a tattoo this size, with this much detail, and this much color. The tattoo took about 4.5 hours, needle down to needle up, including line work and color. We took 2 breaks, one between the wings and the other before doing the finishing highlights. On the pain scale, this tattoo was definitely a 5. The soreness coupled with the discomfort from laying on my chest as long as I did made this experience one to remember. At the beginning, the pain wasn't too bad, but by the time we got to the end, my back was like, "Girl, you are tripping." My back was sore for about 3 days after the tattoo was done, and it continued to bleed for a few minutes afterwards, which was expected. After about 3 weeks, the tattoo had finished oozing, bleeding, and peeling. The color had begun to come back and was vibrant again, and the tattoo had fully settled. I absolutely love my back tattoo and can't wait to get my touch-up to get some of my light spots filled in. This is one of my favorite tattoos, and I felt super proud of myself for going all the way through it and getting through it. I was happy that I could go to an artist that I trusted because I could not have done this without her. I've gotten all my tattoos at Concrete Jungle Tattoo and Piercing in Elkridge, Maryland. I also got my belly button pierced there, so comment below if you want to hear that story. All my tattoos have been done by Maddie and Jay. Jay did my wrist and ankle tattoos, and Maddie did my collarbone, behind the ear, butterflies, wings, and my hip tattoo. And Alex pierced my belly button. Thanks, guys! Thank you to everyone who tuned in today, and hopefully you guys will tune in this Wednesday for our first segment of What's Up Wednesday, where I will be sharing a story from my junior prom night. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me, and I will catch you guys next time.